Hello, friends. This is Dr. John WorldPeace coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the home of the atomic bomb, ETs, and the land of enchantment. This post is about God's position on Trump, Musk, and Netanyahu, and today is February the 14th. I'm the independent maverick candidate for President USA 2028. I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I'm an independent. My flagship website is at johnworldpeace.com. I'm the only global advocate for peace and world peace in the world human society. There has never been a global advocate for peace in the world human society. The most well-known peace advocates were focused on local issues. The God of the spiritual dreamscape, the infinite potential, is referred to by all religions as God. The God of the earth dreamscape is money and consequently power, and goes by those names. Trump, Musk, and Netanyahu worship money and power. I worship God. Consequently, I live a minimalist life by choice on about $25,000 a year and no significant assets, no property, no stocks or bonds, no car, no suits. I have nothing to join, no followers, disciples, students, or members. I'm not a messiah, avatar, or guru. I have one message, world peace, which comes down to increasing the level of peace in the world human society by teaching peace. I'm also specifically the only advocate for Jesus Christ, per John 14:26, referred to there as advocate and counselor. I practiced law for 20 years as an advocate and counselor. No Christian preacher or priest has challenged me on this since I changed my name in 1988 to John WorldPeace. I'm a follower of the teachings of Jesus, but I'm not a corporate religionist of any stripe. My Jesus website is located at King of Kings and Lord of Lords. My flagship website with 43,000 pages on it is at johnworldpeace.com. I'm a radical liberal left follower of the radical liberal left foundational message of Jesus Christ to feed the hungry, heal the sick, shelter the homeless, etc., or go to hell, per Matthew 25:31. These are the red letter words in the Bible, straight out of the mouth of Jesus. This is a foundational message of Jesus Christ that Donald Trump and his MAGA clan curse every chance they get. How many times have you heard Trump talk about the radical liberal left in a negative way? Therefore, MAGA and Trump are not Christians. They don't believe in the radical liberal left message of Jesus. The message of Donald Trump and ruling MAGA majority of the Republican Party is one of white racism in American politics. If you're white, all right. If you're brown, hang around. If you're black, get back. That's their mantra. Trump is a great white hope. My political position is grounded in the question, how can we increase the level of peace in the world human society if we don't include everyone, all races, all nationalities, all religions, all genders in our vision of peace? And the answer is, if we don't do that, we're not going to increase the peace. World peace is an all-inclusive democratic mindset. All memberships in all human organizations or societies are based upon an exclusive, elitist mindset, which is an impediment to increasing the peace in the world human society. There must be one person who represents all opposing individuals and communities to Donald Trump. This does not mean that everyone is involved in every issue. No peace group has enough voters to influence a president or even get an audience. But all peace groups represented by the same representative will get the president's attention. I am that self-appointed representative. Jesus in his ministry curses the church as a business. My house shall be called the house of prayer, but you've made it into a den of thieves. Matthew 21:13. Jesus also said to give Caesar what is Caesar and to God what is God's. Matthew 22:21. Jesus repeatedly said his kingdom was not of this earth, and therefore he was not political. He never advocated politics. Therefore, corporate Christian nationalism is an abomination to Jesus and therefore to God. The evil is that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are currently focused on refusing to feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, heal the sick, and in line with Trump's cursing the radical liberal left message of Jesus, that they will all go to hell. And this applies to all Americans, even the ones who did not vote for Trump. The nature of American politics is winner take all. Trump and Musk are fully engaged in reducing the size of sections of the American government that feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, and heal the sick. Donald Trump and his gang of anti-Christians are hell-bent to end any semblance of America feeding the hungry, healing the sick, or sheltering the homeless, etc. Therefore, America has begun its steep decline into hell. That all-inclusive mantra of Americans is a melting pot of all nations, all races, all religions, all genders, has been rejected and is being rejected, thwarted, and deconstructed by the Republicans. In addition, every president since Harry Truman has supported the Zionist nation. In that support, Joe Biden and Donald Trump have 100% supported the Zionist Holocaust, not war, in Gaza, which has murdered 50,000 Palestinian Muslims and wounded over 125,000 men, women, and children, with no end in sight by Netanyahu as a proxy of America and led by their presidents. The Muslims are the Semitic progeny of Ishmael, the firstborn of Abraham, as are Zionist Jews, the second-born Semitic son of Abraham. Cain was a Semitic brother of Abel, who he murdered, and as a result, God cursed Cain and his progeny. God has slated the second and final diaspora of the Jews from Israel, Zion, and I suggest the Jews living there leave immediately. God gave the land of Israel to the Jews, no question about it. That's not denied. But when the Zionists crucified their Messiah, Jesus, God designated the Romans to raise the city of David, Jerusalem, and the second temple of Solomon, thereby revoking his gift of Israel to the Jews. Further, in 600 CE, God rose up Muhammad to lead the progeny of Ishmael to Islam. Along with this, gave the Temple Mount to the Muslims and allowed them to build the Dome of the Rock shrine in the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount. The Dome of the Rock going exactly in place of the Second Temple. From 1000 to 1250 CE, the Christians tried to take Jerusalem from the Muslims and were thwarted again by God. In the 1930s and 40s, God allowed the Nazis to kill 6 million Jews. After the war, President Harry Truman decided to defy God in 1948 and gave however much of Palestine to the Zionists that they could take from the Palestinian Muslims to their cause of a greater Israel. That policy has continued to the present with Joe Biden, who claims he was a Zionist, and Donald Trump. President Joe Biden and Donald Trump have financed the Zionist Holocaust in Gaza, which continues to this day, with Donald Trump declaring ownership of Gaza by the USA, but rejected by the Arabs as ethnic cleansing and genocide, which it is. Lastly, there are 2 billion Muslims and 18 million Jews in the world human society. It's pretty easy to see who God favors. Americans have allied with the less favored, condemned Jews. This is Dr. John WorldPeace. Have a good day.